It's time to continue our Anno 1800 Let's Play with the New Horizon mod. In the last episode, we went to the end of, the main productions. We got basically our tier 5 or level 5 investors, as well as the magnets, right? Level 4 magnets and level 3 engineers. So we really went to the top of the skyscrapers. We didn't actually unlock the SKYLINE towers. I'm gonna need 25 for just unlocking them, so we're not ready yet, but we're gonna do that in this episode. We had also in that episode made some progress on our zoos, museum, etc. Started reworking a bit our palace over here. So a lot of good progress in this region, and I think in this episode we will continue working a bit more on this region to, for example, unlock the SKYLINE tower, try to finish those zoos, etc. But we're gonna start reworking also the other regions. For example, if you look at my investors now, they're out of cigars. I think my cigar production is not big enough. I think my production also of cotton is not big enough. So there's quite a few things probably in the new world we're gonna do. But you may have realized already that I have reorganized a bit all of my skyscrapers. Instead of having a bit of magnets there, a bit of engineer skyscrapers over here, and a bit of investors there, now they're all together. We have a mix, of engineers. Like, look at this. This is an engineer, this is an investor, and this is a magnet. And basically, this is what I've done. You have magnet, engineer, magnet, investor, engineer, magnet, investors, engineer, magnet, and it continues and continues. Oh, I'm missing 2 there. Oopsie. Okay. So yeah, I'm missing 2 there, but you can see, hopefully from the top there, we have, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4 times 2, so 8 quadrants of all of these mix. And you may be wondering, why are they all mixed? What's the bonus all of this? Well, basically, if we look, you'll see that all of them are at intense. Instead of having one intense and all the other ones not great, they're all at intense for 2 reasons. The first one is that they're all level 3, so they all get a level base value of 3. But then they get a resident variety bonus, which is basically that around them it's different types of residents of sex. So that gets them totally, to the right level. It wouldn't work as well if I go above 3, because the engineers cannot go above 3, right? The engineers will be stuck at 3. I could get, potentially, I think it would still probably work if they were at 4, the magnets and the investors, but I felt it was good to have them all at 3. And I don't know if you think it looks good, but I do. I like it. And because we get all of this intense panorama for all of them, that gives us tons of income, right? The more, the panorama gives you a plus 15% income for most of them, and so we get tons of income for all of this. And so we jump from something like 200k profit to 500k profits. So that is huge. That is huge. But yeah, as I said, now the goal is going to be to unlock more investor skyscraper level 5. And this is also why here I have upgraded a couple of these houses, artisan houses, into engineers. And I'm going to upgrade them to investors. And then later on to basically skyscrapers, investors level 5. I don't know if we're gonna keep them, but the fact basically that they're in the middle of nowhere will mean that they won't get the maluses of each other. And then there's a couple more over here too that we can do. But as I said, to be able to do this, we're gonna need to fix our cigars. So I'm gonna work on the cigars. In terms of these, we're starting to make some progress. We just finished another one. So let's see if I go into the zoo. We have done, which one? We can finish this one, great coral. So let's finish that one. Where are you? Here. So we have finished the great coral reef, which will give workers, artisans, obreros, and hacienda obreros happiness +2 and attractiveness +2. I think I also finished the Cordillera, which is farmer or jornaleros and hacienda jornaleros workforce +10 and income +10%. And the ocean predators over here, all coastal production building +10% productivity, -5% workforce. A lot of great stuff. We also finished the polar circle, which gives us plus 25% for the fur dealers. We have that one, I think it was in the last episode. And yes, also Planet of the Ape requires minus 5% for porcelain need. So that is definitely a good one. We still have 2 to do on this page, 1 more on that page, which we can start soon, and a couple more, 1, 2, 3, 4 on this page here. So there's definitely some more work, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. For the museum, we finished the tool relics last time. Now this time, I don't know if we finished anything yet here. I feel like I already had all of this, but I did start Atlantean. These 2 are new, and I think we're doing those 2 now. Over there, yeah, I don't think we did anything. And then last but not least, in the botanical garden, I know I made some progress. We definitely made some progress. This one, for example, the grape fertility plus 25%. Also, there was another one, yeah, here, Andean grain fertility and plus 25%. We'll also finish that one. We are able to finish this one, the secret. So let's try it and see. Custom duty chance 100%. Wow. Every trade with another faction is amended by a 5 ton of coffee, beans, cacao, etc. Now the reality is I don't think I'm doing a lot of trade, but that's cool. And yeah, we have 2 more, the Near East and the Enchanted. So I'm gonna make sure to finish those ones very soon. So let me work a bit on, again, increasing some of my productions, like the cigars, etc. I'll show them to you when they are done. And getting a few more of these level 5 skyscrapers. A few minutes later, and you can see all of these are now level 5, and therefore we've unlocked the foundation for the Skyline Tower. I'm not 100% sure where to put it though, because we have the Iron Tower there. I'm thinking maybe we just put it next to it, and then maybe we have some of Skyscraper next to it. Yeah, I guess so. So let's start reworking that a bit. Beware, your majesty looked, and there before stood a large statue. The head of the statue was made of pure gold, its chest and arms of silver, its belly and thigh of bronze, and its feet of baked clay. Come, Mr. Badder, note the popular feeling against your abominable construction practice and make a change. It's basically saying, right, that the foundation is not good enough. But yeah, we have started over here to place it. You can see it over here. I'm not super happy because I think it's going to be a bit hidden, but let's build it and then we can, choose the right locations, move things, etc. To start phase 1, we're actually going to need 40 investors level 5. So it's more and more. And you can see also the resource, including 750 workers and electricity. So a couple more. And the problem is I think I'm again out in some resources. Damn it. So I'm gonna need indeed to increase a few of the productions again before we can do that. A few minutes later, ladies and gentlemen, I'm fixing production left and right, but we have a lot more of level 5 now. All of these are level 5, and therefore we've been able to do phase 2. Phase 2 has been completed. So let's check phase 3. Oh, we need 55, so we need 6 more. And we're gonna need also a bit more timber, a bit more bricks, quite a bit of steel beams, 240, 60 windows, 270 reinforced concrete, 60 elevators, 1000 workers. So yeah, let's do a few more. And for the final level, phase 4, we need 75 investor level 5, skyscraper level 5, right? And basically the same resources, actually a bit less resources, but more workers, 1250. So let's get cracking. I mean, right now at this point, I am upgrading the investors that are on this corner here, right? And then we can put them back down. And it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Skyline Tower is ready. Last phase, phase 4. Let's see it. Ooh, it's nice. It's bigger than those skyscrapers. Love that. I still don't think I want any skyscraper there. We're gonna keep them over here and just take all of the other ones out, to be honest. Not that I can't support them, I'm sure we could support them, but it's mostly for the aesthetic. I don't want to hide too much what's happening behind. But yeah, here it is. This is done. Let's take a picture of it. Okay, next to my Eiffel Tower. Love it. Love it. And the skyline forever changed. Indeed, indeed it is. Now, we do need also... bus stop, right? For my tourists, this is the last thing they want on happiness over here. Yep, here it is, Skyline Tower. So he's not happy of the Theodora and whatnot, but it's fine. Now, in terms of gameplay, you can, by the way, build one on each island that you want. Now, by the way, the Skyline Tower is actually a house. This is a house for 4,000 investor or around that number. You have the normal investor goods, you have the normal happiness goods, and you have lifestyle need. And the lifestyle need is basically all of the recipes. It needs to have access, you know, to all of the recipes of the drugstores, furniture stores, etc. And if you give all of them, every time it gives some population, 100 each actually, to be precise. So I don't think we're gonna do that, to be honest. Like, that would be a lot of these for not much value. Instead, I think it is time for me to really make sure that we stabilize all of the production, right? In particular, I think in the new world, there's a lot of work we want to do. I just started to develop this island over here, gold and pearls. I mean, it used to be, you know, a couple of, I think it had like 4 of these pearls over here, farms, and it had like 2 gold mines. Now we're gonna revamp this island completely to make it, I mean, it is already connected to Manola, and we're gonna make it like a perfect island. You can see a lot of pearls here with access to both trade unions and harbor master offices. Same here, same on this side, right? And this is also probably the first island where I'm gonna start using advantage of the major discoveries. I'm gonna move those 3 clay deposits. There is a third one over here. We're gonna move them in a corner. We're gonna move all of the oil spring. You know, there was some over here, there's some over there, there's some in the middle. We're gonna move them all here. I will see if we just use 1 oil refinery or 2, but basically we're gonna connect them all together, link it directly to the fuel station and to the harbor, you know, next to it, so that it's super easy for the train. Then a lot of fire station, because this is gonna blow up for sure. Actually, let's connect it. So yeah, this is going to blow up for sure as we add more and more. And I have, by the way, left space also for another railway all the way over here, so that we can put another fuel station maybe in the future there. Because we're gonna have for sure 1 trade union on this side, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna have space for at least a second one, maybe a third one. And this is, for the first one, gonna be about cotton, because we are using in Neon Night, we're using tons of cotton, 90, and I think we're not even producing enough. Let me check. Yeah, we're not even producing enough. So I definitely need a huge production of cotton, and that's what we're gonna do over here. And let's see, can I already build all of them? Yeah, I think hopefully we have. Now we don't have enough. We don't have enough bricks, so I need to bring in some more bricks. I did bring already some of these. Where is it? Steam motors, so that's good. I have also put already 1 item over here, the Horticulturalist Airman. Now remember that with this mod, there is all of the items that have been revamped. So this one is slightly different than usual, but it's still pretty good. I mean, plus 20% productivity, and then red pepper, potato, and grape for free. That's pretty good, right? I have also started to put a lot of items in the mines, right? Michaela to decrease the workforce and maintenance costs. First rate sapper to decrease the workforce again and increase the productivity. So that's gonna be pretty good. So again, I put 1 here, 1 there, 1 here. And I've even started to transform some of the mine into gold mines. So we have now 5 gold mines, but there's still a few that we can transform when we do some more of the major discoveries So I'm gonna start working on this. There is 1 more here for more pearls, and here I'm gonna have, you know, all of the piers and some depots for good reserves. So yeah, that's gonna be, I think, a great island for all of the gold we need, all of the pearls we need, and hopefully all of the cotton we need too. Speaking also of the discoveries, we have been doing even more and more discoveries. obviously on this island there, and we have actually finished completely the botanical garden. Botanical garden over here is completely finished. Let me show you that we have all of them. Now, most of them, you know, over here, this is for medicines, and most of the other ones is to give you the fertility. So we have now even more fertilities than before, and increase, you know, the productivity of all of these. We still need to do a lot on the other side. I think over here, if we look at the animals, right, there's, oh, the tiger we have done. So let's get the tiger in. Where are you here? So we have done the tiger. I don't know, I don't think we're doing the elephant now, but I guess I'll add it soon. We are, yeah, missing quite a few still. So we're gonna want to do that, and same for the museum. A few minutes later, ladies and gents, I have reorganized as promised my city. We have less skyscraper than before, but it's okay. This is still working. As you can see, around 2,000, 3,000 people in there. We have enough workforce across the board, including I've actually put 10,000 engineers. Oh no, my bad, it's not 10,000, almost 10,000 engineers on the research institute, which is the maximum you want to have, right? And this is working all fine. We have still, as I said before, you know, over here the corner of magnates, engineers, and investors. They're all together and all at level 3. And the most important thing is, if we look now at my production, all of the production in the old world are at equilibrium. So, you know, I'm gonna take, you know, Crown Falls and all of the islands in the Cape, in the New World, in the Arctic, M-Pesa and Ori, and you're gonna see that we are in positive everywhere in the old world, but not in the New World. So we're gonna need to focus on the New World. So fish, all good, schnapps, war clauses, sausages, bread, soap, I had to increase it a bit, but now we're good. Beer, all good. Canneries, the sewing machine, same thing, I had to increase it a bit. And then the first that's not good is the rum. So again, that's from the New World. And fur, glasses, so I had to increase, you know, most of these I had to increase, put a few more, I'll show you in a second. Coffee, again, from the New World is not ready. We have all good over here. Typewriters, biscuits, and all of this. The jewelry, right, all good. Oh, that is strange. This was good 1 minute ago. So I think the problem is they are missing electricity, because look at this. It says only 116. I think this is because we are missing electricity. Maybe we don't have enough oil, but let's continue. We're good on champagne. Cigars, not good on chocolate, but that's New World. Caviar is good. I had to increase that one by a lot, actually. Gramophones, all of these, again, are all good. And now we get into some Ori production, right? The fontaine pane, the tea, this is from Ori, porcelain, right? Sake, all of this from Ori. So I had to, you know, I have to work on Ori too. In M-Pesa, there are two that are not good. One is the laser booth and boots, and the other one is tapestry. So I need to focus on those two, but everything else, as you can see, is good. And now we get into, in a New World, we're missing a bit of tortillas. We're missing also ice cream, fans, perfume. So quite a few things we need to do in the New World for sure, but the rest is looking good. So yeah, we have, let me check that one here. Oh no, this is because we're missing a bit of engineer workforce, so that, you know, decreases obviously the productivity. So let's decrease that. And the reason I'm missing some workforce for my engineer is because we're out of coffee, and potentially also something here. Yeah, chocolate and shampoo is a bit low. So, you know, as soon as these are done, we will definitely be able to put 10,000 and be in positive. But yeah, in the old world, as I said, you know, we've continued to add more productions over here. I have, for example, more bicycles there, more glasses. We have at the top over here more light bulbs. Here, this is about the gramophones, right? There's one more, two. So definitely more and more productions are over here. And we need to really start working on the New World. I did start, you know, to put a couple of trade unions. For example, over here, there is one trade union for the cotton mills, but I haven't really put a lot of items yet. Then there's another one here for the cigars. There I definitely put quite a lot that are great, like this one, productivity plus a cotton for free every 10 cycle. This one is a cigar every 3 cycle and productivity plus 100% at the cost of using Artista, but the reality is we have tons of Artista, so that's not a problem. And then last but not least, wood veneer every 2 cycle and productivity 40%. So that's a really great one. Actually, I think we went from 4 cigar factories to only 2, thanks to all of those boosts. And then next door here we have the wood things. So the wood veneers and my actual timber. And yeah, there's much more we need to do. We have also started, as I mentioned, on this island, the cotton. Look at this. I haven't actually put any ships yet, so this is completely full. But yeah, we're starting to make cotton. We have a lot potential of pearls here and there. We're starting to make more gold, but I want to move, all of these oil fields over here. This is why I've made those small, squares. This is the space I need for those oil fields. So we're gonna want to do this, and in particular, I think I need more oil, like I was saying. If we go back to the Cape, pretty sure my oil reserves are very low. Yeah, they're basically at 0. So we do have oil, that's going around the island, but not a lot. So I need more oil, and this is really easy in the new world to have big oil production. So I'm gonna work on that one for sure. Try to make a lot of cotton. We can then probably delete a lot of this cotton production. We will probably then also try to put a trade union on these farms. And there's many others that I showed you that we're gonna need to increase. I mean, all of these over here, there's no trade union at all. Right? A bit of time has passed and the city is really working well. Now we are giving pretty much everything we need to our people. You can see this is working really as expected. There's nothing that's not green. Even on the happiness needs for scholars, we are doing the boots and the tapestry now. So all of this has been started. That means we have done a lot in the new world. But there was also last night a big change to the New Horizon mode, right? The New Horizon mode was updated and the workforce for Jornaleros has changed significantly. I was basically, I think, at plus 200 or something like this. Now I'm minus 600. The good thing is we have this whole space there that used to be cotton, right? And we have now moved most of my cotton production on this side, right? We have a lot of cotton production over here. You can actually see it seems to be full. I think I need to also have more ships between the two. But this, anyway, just saying, right, my cotton moved over here, so we have space there. So I'm gonna add even more jornaleros. Basically, I'm just gonna spam jornaleros all the way here. I did also reorganize a bit. You can see there is less and less troops there, and I do see a problem with, oh yeah, the caoutchouc is basically the only one left in my list. I had a long list of things that were not at the right level, and now we have just caoutchouc left. So we have the cotton over here. I did put a couple of items which I researched in the Research Institute. Then we have over here chocolate and ice cream. We used to have only 1 or 2 chocolate factory. Now we have 5 that are super boosted thanks to a couple of these great items because we needed a lot more chocolate. We have over here still the cigars. We have the wood veneers on this side. We have over here ethanol and celluloid. We need more than before, right? I'm thinking sometimes I also see there's a bit of problems of the camphor. Not that we don't have enough. As you can see, we have 1,800, but it's just the delivery. I think they're trying to get the camphor from here. And so this is a bit far. Going back to this island, indeed, as promised, we have made a lot of changes. I have started to move many of the oil deposits in this corner. There's still a few more that needs to be moved. I think actually we may have finished. No, we didn't. We are gonna check in a second, but yeah, I started to move them over here. I moved also many of the clay deposits, right? There used to be one somewhere over here, one just here. I just moved them there. There's one more, but yeah, we can do it now, I guess. Perfect. So I am going to put it here. Because also now that we are providing all of the resource to my people and in particular my engineers, I have 10,000 engineers assigned to the Research Institute. And now even those research there that usually take 1 hour and 30 minutes, they only take 10 minutes. So we're going to be able to do many of these. We're going to be able also to continue working on our zoo and museum. So that is great. But yeah, this one completely finished. You have also obviously some items there, right, to try to improve all of this. They don't use a lot of workforce, only 1 journal errors. They don't use a lot of money. They have a pretty good productivity, right? So all good there. I did also boost a bit on this side. So I boosted with 2 ways. One is we put the same items over there to increase the productivity and decrease the workforce. Same on this one. And I also added a few more on this side, in particular cacao, because remember we needed a lot more chocolate, right? We need to make a lot more chocolate. So that was a key thing. Now the one that's left, as I said, is the caoutchouc. So let's check caoutchouc. Where are you? Here. If you look over there, you will see that this is, fine for alpaca, totally fine for sugar. Wow, that huge. I think they changed something also in the sugarcane balancing. But anyway, this is fine as long as we're making more, all good. Caoutchouc is the only one we're not making enough. So this was on this island over here, right? Taking advantage of the free workforce. Now I'm gonna need to connect it to my workforce pool, and then we'll be able to just add a few more. Maybe also use the trade union. I think potentially we can also in the future start moving all of this oil closer there. We can start changing some of these deposits to be just gold, right, if we need to. Speaking of deposits, I did have to use a few more of the mines on this side. This should be the caoutchouc. Yes, we're missing caoutchouc. So you can see all of the ones that are not working right now, it's because of the caoutchouc. But yes, I had to make more motors. I had to make more aluminium. I had to make more no, this one we already talked about. I had to make more cables. So I had to definitely increase many of those productions to match, the new needs in the Cape for the final population. But now I guarantee you we're fine, including, as I said, adding a few more of the mines. We have, I think, 3 bauxite mine. We have now multiple iron mines, etc. So all working well there. I'm also continuing, as always, to do more celebration in the Grand Stadium as quickly as possible, so that I can have more influence, so that then I can build in on the Cape, right? More and more of these for my museum and my zoo. Botanical garden is completely finished, so that is really great. Here it is. Love it. And here it is, ladies and gents. Look at this. I'm taking, all of the Cape, all of the New World, the Arctic and Bessin and Ori, and all of these super positive. There is no problem anywhere. When positive everywhere. Nice, nice, nice. Going quickly through it, but just want to show you that it is positive everywhere. There is not a single, there is only one negative, sorry, peppercorn, which is in Ori, right? We haven't really started working on Ori yet. That is gonna be the next episode, but everything else working perfectly. So to make this happen, as I said, I added some new journal errors over here, including also a post office to make sure we create even more mail than before, especially local mail. We have the chapel, of course. We have, the marketplace, so perfect coverage. And with all of this population, we have been able to do this island over here, caoutchouc and orchard. We already had caoutchouc and orchard, but obviously we had to reorganize it a bit. And now I have, 2 tunnels. There is one for orchard. For orchard, I've also put tractor barns with a fuel station on this side. There was already another fuel station there, so now we have 2 covering very nicely, that one, and most importantly, covering the caoutchouc one. And of course, for the caoutchouc, we added a few more, plus I added also a couple of these items. And so now, as you saw, we're making a lot more caoutchouc. I mean, we are making something like 71 caoutchouc, so super good. And same for orchard, we're making a lot without having, the plus. For orchard, even with the negative. So that is great with this, right? We have enough in our city over here. Should see everything working perfectly. Like, for example, these guys over here, they're working now. They have copper, they have caoutchouc, perfect. So we're making more motors, etc. I did also boost slightly the ethanol and celluloid. not because we were low, but because it was just at the limit. And so given that we need to send some also to the old world, I wanted to make sure we were overproducing a bit so that the old world can really get it. And so like I was saying, I think in our next episode, it will really be time to focus on, all right, we do have a pretty good base. We have actually unlocked most of the productions. I think there's only one, the sake, that we haven't unlocked yet. It requires just a bit more of gangrene, the second tier of population. And so I think as soon as we start making some kotos, we will have enough. I'm not sure we're producing also enough of some of the other things. For example, you saw the peppercorn, we're not producing enough. But yeah, that's going to be the next episode, making sure we produce everything that this region has to offer, making sure also that, you know, this wonder over here is working, for example. And I also have a big surprise for you in this next episode. So stay tuned for this. Thank you for watching, smash like button, and I hope to see you next time.